Back-to-school season is bringing back a familiar tradition in Dane County, one that's all about saving money, cutting emissions, and building healthier habits. WMTV's Shayna Najawan has more on how residents can get involved in this year's Smart Trips Challenge.
This transportation challenge has become a yearly tradition here in Dane County, and organizers say the impact grows each time thanks to residents swapping some of their drive-alone trips for greener options. From commuting to work to dropping the kids off at school.
We're really just asking residents across Dane County to swap trips they typically make by driving alone with more sustainable, more affordable options.
Organizers with Greater Madison Metropolitan Planning Organization say September is the perfect time to rethink how you get around.
Riding the bus, carpooling, biking, walking, and rolling.
To take part, residents just need to create a free account online and log their trips throughout the month.
Once you log 4 round trips each week, you'll be entered into prize drawings.
But the bigger goal goes beyond giveaways.
Transportation accounts for the largest share of greenhouse gas emissions.
In April, residents logged thousands of green trips, avoiding 15 tons of carbon dioxide, equal to taking 4 gas-powered cars off the road for a year.
We are blessed to have really great bike infrastructure in Madison.
Local businesses such as Machinery Row are also making the challenge more engaging.
There's tons of bike paths and bike lanes, and things are very well connected.
One of their contributions, Bike Bingo, where participants can check off a variety of activities.
Depending on how much people accomplish, they can submit their card with just a straight up bingo, or if they get a full blackout.
Leaders say what really matters isn't just saving money or cutting emissions.
It really brings us all together in a way that you don't get through driving.
It's neighbors coming together, building new habits, and reshaping what transportation looks like in Dane County.
It's just fun. I mean, when you carpool with friends or with coworkers, it puts you in a good mood.
The challenge runs the entire month of September and is open to anyone 18 and older in Dane County. More information can be found on our website. In the studio, Shayna Najawan, WMTV 15 News.
Shayna, thank you. And if you want to join in on that challenge, it is free to sign up. Just create an account at roundtripgreatermadison.org, and that's where you can start logging your trips.